When did you go from Geek to Madman?
That happened in juvenile jail. Right after I started messing with y'all, and we had a falling out. I went to juvie for a little bit, and everybody called me stuff like Psycho Man or Angry Man because I was always wilding out. Probably because I couldn't smoke weed or something. I don't know.
Makes sense.
But I was always wilding out, and I was always fighting like every day up in Boys Village. It was a guy called Sheltonham when I got there, Boys Village though, and everybody called me that. And I didn't even adopt it for people, and people was calling me Madman too, but it was just like all kinds of different variations, Psycho Man, Madman, and all this stuff. And then I came home, and I was like getting settled in when I came home. I was with a chick, remember the chick we first met?
Yeah.
When,
the one that didn't have to shut up either.
Yeah. And so, I got with her, and we started getting our life right, and I was like working and stuff like that, so I didn't really like adopt the name Madman. Well, I wasn't really doing nothing besides, a couple middleman moves, maybe a robbery here and there. But like I was just, because we had our own place and we was like 18 years old. We had our own houses and all kinds of since then. And so we had to keep up with stuff. Jobs wasn't. I didn't have no. I put her through like medics or whatever, but I ain't have no career or nothing. So I'm working dead end jobs. I didn't even go to school. I left school in like 9th, 10th grade.
Right.
And so there's a dude named Brahman, Anthony La Plamento or some shit. My man Brahman. Yeah, my man Brahman. He was like this little white dude, and he had these like little skinny jeans, and he had like the studio set up. But he was like a more of like a he was
Trigger.
No. He was in like a band. He was like in a punk band, and he had this little studio set up. And I used to go in there and spit the stuff they was like they played on the guitar and all that.
Okay.
And Brahman was funny as shit. And so we started talking about making a comic book. And I wanted to make a comic book after me called Madman. And I was going to call it the Baltimore Madman, like the Boston Strangler, pretty much. And, and everything did something different to me. All my emotions gave me a different power. Each emotion gave me a different power. If I smoked weed, if I fucking, whatever. If I went a real hand dude, like I don't snort coke or nothing, but like in the comic book, if I was a snorter line of fucking coke, I'd go berserk and shit like that. Like that's how the And then I was like, I like that for my name. Because I didn't never really had a rap name, you know what I mean? I had a couple of joints I went by at certain times, but the only thing people knew me by was either Damien Christ or Geek.
Right.
And Geek just came from me smoking weed at a real young age, and I couldn't stop laughing. So the older cats in the hood would call me Geek and Yerk.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
I know why you called Geek.
Yeah, so
I was wondering when the crossover was.
So that's when the crossover really officially happened in juvie, because that was like them nicknames kind of stuck with me, and I like Madman the best because it sounded the best.
Right.
And then once I made it in a comic book and I really thought about it and I started spitting a little bit, I started deciding I was gonna do that shit again. And then I earned the name just from being me. So all across the city, you don't really know nobody that don't give me my name, and then nobody don't question why I got that name. So. Right.
Well, I feel
That's how you got Madman.
I mean, you always be Geek to me.
Yeah, I know. I am to a lot of people, too.
That's why you're Geek in my phone.
I'll be that to a lot of people. I carry that name, too. People had to explain that you got robbed by a guy named Geek. to their own boys.
And your balls fondled by Geek, too.
Yeah.
Smoov TV Interviews. We out of here.